Chaco Canyon is a hiking and camping adventure way off the beaten path. It's also a step back in time.
Welcome to What's Over the Hill, a video adventure log of the outdoor adventures of Keith and Audrey as we go out and explore the great outdoors.
For our second day at Chaco Canyon, we decided not to go on a big hike, but rather look at the Pueblos and great houses. Hello, and welcome to Storytime at What's Over the Hill. Today we're going to learn about some ancient rooms in northern New Mexico. Quincletzo was a medium-sized great house located half a mile west of Pueblo Bonito. It shows strong evidence of construction and occupation by Pueblo peoples who migrated to Chaco from the northern San Juan Basin between 1125 and 1200 CE, a period known as the Miquelmo phase of Chacoan architecture. The house was erected between 1125 and 1130. Evidence of an obsidian production industry was discovered on the site. From its masonry work, rectangular shape, and design, Quetzal is identified as Pueblo III architecture by prominent Chaco archaeologists Stephen Lexon and Tom Wines. They also argued that this great house was only occupied by one or two households. Our second stop of the day was Chetro Ketl. It's another ancestral Puebloan great house.
Okay, what do you see?
You can see some of the plaster, the original plaster up on the walls. Looks like they've rebuilt the roof of it. That's new, but the walls look original.
Huh. That's cool. So we were hiking on top of those bluffs yesterday. We were up there.
All right, we are in an area where you can tell where the CCC worked on it in the late 30s. You can tell where the original is. You see this fine plaster work, but then you'll see this door here that's protecting the area. So in I think it said 37, they used the CCC and actually a Navajo group of the CCC and worked to reconstruct and restore and protect this site. So here's a good example. Look at the masonry here. And then this masonry is, you know, it's just a little more blocky. It's not as fine, but they're using it as a buttress against this wall here to protect it. And so then you come around here and they installed this railing so you can see down in. Wow, look how far it goes down over there. Okay, this is the Great Kiva at Chetro Ketl. Look at all these notches around the interior part. Lots of theories about what that's for. Okay, here's some of them. Like there's 28 of them. It's 28 phases of the moon. Some people theorize that it was like where families, they found little tokens in the squares that archaeologists have. So there might be, you know, beads or feathers, or there might be like my family sits in this area, or my family came to. There's that theory, all theories. Over here, we're standing next to 4 smaller, actually there's 5, because there's one up there, down, there's 2 below, one up top, and this is the peanut, what they call the peanut Kiva. Unusual the way they've got that built. See, they're not all the same. This one has the squared off rectangular. This one's the peanut Kiva. It's right next to the Great Kiva over here. This is a huge. Okay, I'm here.
So early observers Earlier observers of Chetro Ketl mentioned balconies along the second and third stories of the back wall. Although the third story sections have collapsed, evidence of a balcony can still be seen on the second story floor level. Ponderosa pine, fir, and spruce beam vigas extended out of the wall sockets to support the balcony. The narrow groove that extends the length of the wall above the viga sockets held the upper layers of the balcony in place and tied the balcony to the wall. Above the groove, doorways led out onto the balcony.
Pueblo Bonito is the best known of Chacoan great houses, located at the center of downtown Chaco. Less than half a mile from Pueblo Alto, Chetro Ketl, Pueblo del Arroyo, Kin Cletzo, and Casa Rinconada. Though it covers somewhat less ground space than Chetro Ketl, this D-shaped great house is the largest of all Chacoan great houses with almost 700 rooms, 32 kivas, and 3 Great Kivas. Pueblo Bonito rose 4 stories on the north back wall and terraced down toward the plaza on 3 sides, taking advantage of passive solar heating as the winter sun sank low on the southern horizon. The plaza was closed on the south side by a row of rooms, and 2 walled trash mounds lay just outside the plaza enclosure. At least one Chacoan road approaches the building from the north, and there is good evidence from a road linking Pueblo Bonito with Casa Rinconada, the isolated Great Kiva on the opposite side of the canyon.
What do you think?
It's amazing.
And there's some CCC iron up there too. Thank goodness for the CCC, or there wouldn't be a wall there anymore.
Okay. You can see this T-shaped room doorway. The theory is that the T-shaped doorways may have indicated like a special room that like not everybody could go in. All right, here I go. Oh, the plaster's in here. Oh, the wood.
Oh wow. Oh, these would have been nice rooms.
Yeah. All right, so this wall is perfectly aligned with north and south. We're in Pueblo Bonito. And so it's straight up noon. And you can see where there's very little shadow. The only reason there's a shadow is because the wall's a little bit bowed out, you know, and a little over time. But it's perfectly aligned with north-south so that you know exactly when it's straight up noon. It's almost like a clock for the entire Pueblo Bonito. We are coming up on Casa Rinconada, thought to be the largest kiva in the Chacoan world.
So Great Kivas are round underground or semi-subterranean structures with relatively standard floor features used for community-wide rituals and usually associated with Chacoan great houses. Basket maker era 8500 to 700. Great Kivas are known from Chaco Canyon, for example, Shibik S Village and elsewhere, but they are often shallow and generally lack elaborate floral features. The better-known Chacoan Great Kivas were built in the middle of the late 1000s within great house plazas, Chetro Ketl, Pueblo Bonito, adjacent to great houses.
Oh boy.
Where?
It's pretty to the left. The one with the big antlers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see him now.
As we were wrapping up our day in Chaco Canyon and contemplating another night at our cold, dark campsite, we realized we're only about 2 hours from Santa Fe. So we decided to splurge and go head towards Santa Fe and get some Mexican food and a nice hotel room.
So, 3 states, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico. How many nights camping? This is our first meal that we're not eating out of a packet of goo.
On the way back to Oklahoma, we stopped at Pecos National Historical Park. It's a really neat park that has a old mission church and some kivas that we could actually climb into. They also had a very nice museum, and we got a private little tour too.
We get to see like what a kiva is really like. Wow.
We're actually in a kiva now.
Yeah. And it gives you some perspective how grand those mines are at Chaco Canyon.
Right. See the different layers here too.
Yeah, with the ceiling. I was taking that all in.
Thank you for joining us as we had an educational day at Chaco Canyon and got to see the Pecos National Historical Park as well. See you on our next adventure.
So far, we have seen an owl in the road. We missed it, but he was on the road. We almost, we're close to hitting some elk that were crossing the road. Have we seen, oh, and there were 2 people that were just on the side of the road. So, anyway, we thought we'd film for a second, because
a guy
flashed us. So it made us think we're about to hit something else.
There they are.
Cows.
That's what the flashing's about.
See you on our next adventure.